Hello and welcome back once more to our Dark Souls playthrough. We are once again here in Blighttown and I wanted to talk to her because she has some new dialogue, but she already told me the dialogue before I hit the record button. I think she might repeat it if we talk to her.
There you are. I was expecting you. Thank you. I am blessed to have met you. I suppose I can call you fool no longer.
Yeah, well, that was the short version of it. Essentially, she's just very glad that we put her mother and her sisters out of their misery.
No luck. Do not let it bother you.
And then she gave us this spell with the words, take this, it is all of me. Primal pyromancy of Quilana of Isolith. Erect giant fire pillars in vicinity. The tempestuous raging flames resemble those summoned by the Daughters of Chaos when they challenged the ancient dragons and scorched the very earth. So were they already called the Daughters of Chaos when they challenged the dragons? Because Chaos wasn't around in that time. But anyway. Let's talk about Quilana a bit. Like, I find it intriguing that she is right outside her sister's lair, but it seems she has done no effort to contact them or meet them. Maybe she has some kind of survivor's guilt, because she seems to be the only one of her sisters that's escaped the chaos of Isolith unscathed. I wonder if she has any dialogue if you put on her sister's gear. Hey, like, look what I found! Your dead sister's clothes! Ha 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 ha!
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you.
Nah, nothing new.
Thank you. I suppose I...
Yeah, then I guess we are done here.
No luck. Do not let it bother you.
Then after a little cut we will be back in Darkwood Basin, where we will enter the DLC area. So I'm gonna see you guys then. See you in a second. So here we are once again. This is the place where we fought the Hydra in the Darkwood Basin. And further up ahead is where we freed Dusk of Ulasil from her prison inside the Golden Golem. Let's take a look at this item once more, which we found in the archives. The wine appears to originate from Ulasil. A powerful magic can be sensed from this ancient stone, yet men of this time can neither manipulate nor sense its power, which has a distinct air consisting of both reverence and nostalgia. So yeah, how you are supposed to find the steps to access the DLC without online help, I'm not sure. Guess if you search the entire world you will eventually stumble upon it. But if you go back here after you have the pendant, there's actually some kind of hole over there. Don't actually remember what this item is. Can we pick it up? Ah, Dusk stuff. Sure, let's take a look at this. Because Dusk is about to get relevant in a second. A dress from the ancient fallen land of Ulasil. Its ivory-colored silk features elaborate embroidery and is imbued with ancient magic power. One cannot expect any physical protection from this garment, as it is not meant to be worn in battle. And then her crown. Special magic crown bestowed upon Dusk, Princess of Ulasil, upon her birth. Its wearer is blessed by all manners of magic. This raises the power and effect of the wearer's magic, but damage suffered by magic also rises. Right, then let's take a look at this peculiar thing. Look, it's actually turning with the camera. That's interesting. Like it's always facing toward the camera. Alright then, let's examine it. And the "You Died" screen pops up. Sanctuary Garden. Just where were we brought? So, the upcoming area is no joke. So it might be a good idea to to kindle the bonfires we come across. Because the bosses and enemies here are all pretty damn tough. This will be the last area before we challenge the final boss. So I hope that I can record this in one single afternoon. Because starting tomorrow I should actually start learning for my finals. Studying for my finals. And already a fog gate. Well, you know, they wouldn't throw a boss at us right at the start of the DLC, right? Oh well. This is actually a pretty cool boss, but also really hard, because he has barely any downtime between attacks. Ooh boy. Already getting fucked up. I think you can cut its tail, but we are not gonna explicitly try. I'm glad if I can just beat it. Oh boy. Well, noted, for future tries I'm gonna equip antidotes. At least it's not the fast acting poison. Ouch. Yeah, and there we go. Damn, I'm doing a lot of damage. Holy crap. And there we get the Guardian Soul. I had this boss a lot harder in memory. Maybe my soul level is still a little too high. Soul of the white-winged lion sanctuary watchkeeper, who dreaded the spread of the abyss. The guardian exhibited traits of several animals other than lions, suggesting that it was no ordinary beast, but rather closer to the beings known as demons. But demons did not exist back in Ulasil. Did they? I guess they could have. It's unclear when what happened. Okay then. I always thought that the Manticore here is essentially a magic engineered beast created by the Urasilians. Am I walking backwards? Well, I had a 50-50 chance, right? Whoa! I'm so fucking dumb, I didn't look at my health. Well, I guess it's a tie then. Wow. Damn, I'm so dumb. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. This is a whole new level of letting your guard down too early. Oh well. Can't be helped. So I actually thought that I'm gonna need a few more tries. So this episode is pretty short right now. So I guess we will start exploring DLC. So here we already have the next bonfire. Not gonna kindle that just yet, but 2400. I can manage that. And there we go. I'll be making a short cut here, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, before we look at this place, let's talk about, let's talk to this lady here. So this uses the same mushroom model that the enemies in the woods use, but just without limbs. A little more bent.
Well, look at this one. From what faraway age hast thou come? Thy scent is very human indeed, but not intolerable. Ah, Princess Dusk's savior. Thine aura is precisely as she described. I thank thee deeply for rescuing Her Highness. But Princess Dusk is here no longer, snatched away by that horrifying primeval human. And so I must ask, couldst thou once more play the savior?
So, first things first. Apparently we are now in Dusk's time, so we are in the prime of Ulasil. So, we have been sent to the past by this mysterious hairy arm that grabbed us. And this means we are still in the midst of the Age of Fire? No, I think the fire is already starting to fade here, I guess. What else did she talk about? She talked about that you could feel our aura. So it seems that she is blind. Because usually I describe people I know by their looks and not by their aura. And yeah, sure, we are gonna save her. Why not?
Thank you. I am Elizabeth, guardian of this sanctuary. Something of a godmother to Princess Dusk. I shall assist thee to my utmost, for I am one with the sorceries of Urasil.
So since Dusk is now not available, Elizabeth here actually sells the same spells as Dusk would have.
Thou shalt see further on, an abyss was begat of the ancient beast, and threatens to swallow the whole of Urasil. Knight Artorius came to stop this, but such a hero has nary a murmur of dark. Without doubt he will be swallowed by the abyss, overcome by its utter blackness. Indeed, the abyss may be unstoppable. Still, I have faith that Princess Dusk may be rescued yet.
So talking about Artorias and his fall to the abyss, so we are in a time where Artorias is still alive. If you can't quite remember, Artorias is the guy the grave we plundered in the forest, where the wolf attacked us. So the wolf might actually still be around too. Old Sif.
Thou shalt see further on, an abyss was begat of the ancient beast, and Knight Artorius came to stop it. Without doubt he will be swallowed by the... Indeed, still.
This ancient beast is talking about is the primeval man she talked about in her first dialogue. What
May
then?
the flames guide thee.
So I don't think she mentioned it, but she is kind of she was kind of Dusk's caretaker, and as you may have noticed, she can't really move. So I imagine Dusk was here a lot, playing around in the forest under the watch of Elizabeth. Let's talk at these statues for a second. Like, they seem kind of interesting in the fact that they are all facing towards the bonfire, and that they kind of resemble humanity sprites. You will know what I mean when we are a bit further in the DLC. But essentially these here. And yeah, I've always wondered about the purpose of these statues, because some of them are broken. Like, what is this place? Is this some kind of altar? Yeah, and you even find humanity here. Well, I guess we are gonna start to explore Ulasil. So yeah, this DLC is a time travel story. But that's an easy way to ruin your story. Because time travel is always very hard to write in fiction. Because you have to keep it somehow consistent. Like, Back to the Future handles it pretty well. Steins Gate also. But that are about the only two works of fiction I know that handle time travel with very little inconsistencies. And yeah, this whole place seems a bit familiar, doesn't it? This bridge and this river, and it's kind of weird. Getting a strange sense of deja vu. The Royal Woods. Even the enemies seem kind of familiar, don't they? So yeah, I'm not gonna beat around the bush any longer. This is a reimagined version of Darkwood Garden. Like Darkwood Garden is what has become of the Royal Woods of Ulasil in the future. And I think that's a pretty neat idea. Like, if we had just visited any random place in the future, in the past, it wouldn't have made that much of an impact. But since this is an area we know and have explored already by ourselves, we actually get to see the differences of this time. Yeah, even the stone golems are still here, though they have a little different weaponry, I guess for gameplay purposes. So yeah, I like to imagine that these gardeners here were created by the Ulasilians to tend to the forest. And though I don't really know why they are hostile. Maybe the Royal Woods are actually off limits for commoners. Even those damn glowing flowers are still here, that lure me to them thinking it's an item. And in this mausoleum we will have the next boss fight. Can we actually see inside of it? Not really. And here is some kind of shortcut elevator. I can do it later on. Guardian gauntlets. Gauntlets of the Stone Knights, guardians of the forest sanctuary. The Stone Knights are golems, animated by magic, and their enchanted gauntlets are oppressively heavy. And if you look, this is actually the same. Those two gauntlets are the same design. They also have almost identical stats. Yeah, dropping all kinds of hints that yes, this is indeed the same place, just in different times. Yeah. They actually really like the forest in daylight. It's much more... It's such a calming, soothing sight. Like, Darkwood Garden, with its darkness, seems really oppressive and kind of scary even. But now, just with the change of the lighting, a totally different mood has been created. Hello? Oh, 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 oh. Wow, I poised right through that. I thought I'm gonna get sent flying. What? Do you see that floating vine? Looks kind of weird. Probably elevated by Ulasilian magic. Surely it's not just a developer oversight. So yeah, as it is with these wide open spaces, they are actually pretty hard to explore. Because it's, it's hard to tell where you've already been and where not. But as long as we find new enemies, we should be fine. What? Okay then. I'm pretty sure the place where we fought the Manticore is actually where we fought Sif before. So I'm gonna make a shortcut here. So I'm gonna see you guys back in a second. Sorry about that, let's keep going. So we haven't seen these orange flowers before, so let's follow this path here. Boys. Guardian leggings. They are probably gonna say the same thing as the gauntlets. What? Whoa! I forgot about that. Hey there. How is it going? So this here is Calamite, the black dragon. The last remaining ancient dragon that we know of. Besides Sif, I guess. He still lives in this time. And he observed us quite intently, so the dragons seem to have quite... Whoa. This... Okay then. The dragons have impressive measure of intelligence. Otherwise he wouldn't have eyed us that curiously, I guess. Oh? No, 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 no. This is surely a trap. Oh well. And here, I guess, is what they call the onset of the abyss. Just this vast blackness. And these weird little abyss crystal thingies. This mucus here. Like the abyss is spreading in Ulasil, and fast. And it just opens up these gaping wounds in the earth itself, I guess, where it drips out of. It's actually kind of terrifying. And yeah, suddenly you hear this thunderous noise in the background soundtrack. Where before it was all idyllic. Should we go left or right? Guess it doesn't really matter. They are just too fast. Dang it. Oh boy, the entire crew saw me. Okay, down to one. So yeah, I often mention how fighting more than one enemy in Dark Souls is really tough. The system is not designed around it. But by making it one slow and one small enemy, not unlike Ornstein and Smaug, you can actually handle it by using their different speeds to separate them. Pretty sure this is a shortcut. Yep, this is the tower we were before, right? Nope. This is a shortcut directly to the boss. Let's explore a little. Let's explore up ahead a little more. I wanna keep the boss for the next episode. We haven't explored over here yet, have we? Guess if we find all 4 Guardian equipment parts, that's gonna be the sign that we've explored the place thoroughly enough. Oh, well, I'm not gonna bother you if you just do your job. Huh. Down here, we actually... What? Screw you. What? Did they aggro because I took their money? What the hell? Even back in ancient times, the capitalistic nature was strong. Yeah, well, down here we see Ulasil. And it has a very similar architecture to... Well, we haven't seen that place yet. I wanted to say it has similar architecture to the Winged City, but that's a Dark Souls 3 location, so it probably won't tell you anything. But yeah, in this time Ulasil is basically the capital of humanity. Right next to Analondo, the city of the gods. A place with that is considered place with magic that is considered really advanced. Yeah, another of the escaping abyss holes. Well, I guess we've explored this place enough. I don't know where I haven't been already. So let's go down that elevator we saw earlier. Oh, down here is actually... We don't want to go there yet. This leads us down to Black Dragon Calameet's lair. First want to find a bonfire where I can sit. Because I'm pretty sure there is one. It's closer. That's closer to the boss battle. Yeah, here we get another look at Udalsil Township. Yeah, this is... all of this is a place we will traverse very shortly. Give me a bonfire. Yep, this NPC here, we will talk to him next episode. I really just want to find a bonfire to rest, so I can send the end the episode there. I guess this is the closest we are gonna get, hey. So where was the bonfire from here? Oh well, I'll find the bonfire on my own. Then I'll be seeing you guys. Excuse me. I'll be seeing you guys next episode, where we continue to explore Udalsil. Well, goodbye. See you next time. Thank you for tuning in.